Welcome back to Turf Talk, older male division. Vance, Whitney Stakes, honor code, I would say asserted himself as the top older male, 2 grade 1 wins now, the Met Mile and the Whitney. Liam's Map enters the conversation if he wasn't there for some already, with a very gutty performance on the front end. Tonalist sort of hangs around, everyone else laid an egg.
No, absolutely. They didn't run a step. They were buried into the ground by Liam's
Right.
Map, basically, who ran those incredible fractions in the Whitney, 46 and change for half mile. But Honor Code obviously stole the show with his Silky Sullivan type impersonation coming from way back, and it's a kind of performance we've been expecting to see from him for a couple of years now. He was always well regarded, a classic prospect last year before he was derailed by injury. And then earlier this year, he kind of flopped at Churchill in the Ali Sheba. People were starting to question his two-turn ability, but he certainly proved on Saturday that he could get a mile and an eighth quite easily, a mile and a quarter. Stepping up later in the year shouldn't be a problem for him. Liam's Map, it sounds like they want to continue running him long. I don't know if that's the best idea or not. He looks like a perfect horse for, say, the Kelso or the Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile this fall. Tonalist has still shown now that he's more of a Belmont Park horse.
Right.
Doesn't run to his best everywhere else, so should still be an exciting next couple of months in that division.
The thing I'd like to see with Tonalist, you go back to leading up to the Belmont last year, he was actually closer to the pace in a lot of races. I don't know where that tactical speed went, but it's gone, and along with it, some marquee wins for him. Obviously, the question on everyone's mind, Andy Serling from Naira went right for the jugular after the Whitney, but could American Pharoah have won that race? I've seen some chatter like, well, we wouldn't have been able to run with Liam's Map. My response to that is he probably would have got a better trip than Honor Code got, because we know American Pharoah can sit off. We saw it in the Haskell. We saw it in the Arkansas Derby. Granted, Liam's Map went faster, but to me, that actually set up for a horse like American Pharoah. I don't know that Honor Code would have ran him down under that setting. Having said that, Honor Code is the only horse with 2 110 or higher speed ratings on the Bristnet scale this year. So from a paper standpoint, Honor Code's been faster more often. Hopefully it's a showdown we see come October 31st.
Yeah. As far as the debate of whether American Pharoah would have won the Whitney, I think he would have had a really good chance based on the way the race set up. He would have been in that second flight ready to pounce, and he would have certainly have gotten the jump on Honor Code. Just for me personally, I think the older horse should get the benefit of the doubt against a 3-year-old, especially like in early August. So I think in a matchup between those two, I probably would have thought Honor Code would have caught American Pharoah just for argument's sake, but I can certainly see other people thinking American Pharoah is without a doubt the best horse regardless of age, and that he would have won. So like you said, hopefully we'll find out come Keeneland time at the Breeders' Cup.
And we do have precedence for the 3-year-old getting beaten that spot, so it's not like it's an untoward opinion. But all these hypotheticals, we went through it 5 years ago with Zenyatta. For the record, I think she would have won the Whitney at her best. I think she gets the jump on Honor Code and sprints past Liam's Map, whereas Honor Code needed the last jump. But I also hesitate there, because that was some criticism of Zenyatta during her run is, oh, she's only beating these horses by a nose or a neck. Well, when that's your running style, that's the most likely margin in my estimation. So I'm not holding that against Honor Code, but I do think Zenyatta at her best would have just rolled right on by.
Yeah, I agree. Unfortunately, she never had a chance to run against males more outside the Breeders' Cup, but I certainly would have given her every chance in the world to have won races like the Whitney or even the Woodward against Rachel Alexandra, which I hoped would have been the case back then, but didn't pan out that way.
Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of times we're left with sort of these hypotheticals, which are fun in their own way if you like to argue, as we do, but settling it on the track is definitely the best. Honor Code got the best of Liam's Map, and hopefully we'll find out who gets the better of American Pharoah, if that even happens when they match up at the Breeders' Cup.
Yeah, and one thing to talk about, though, is the running style of Honor Code. Keeneland's track is not quite the conveyor belt that it used to be, but still, you don't want to be falling 20-25 lengths off the pace, and with the pace being a lot slower, expectedly in the Classic than it was in the Whitney. That's just going to help American Pharoah in that situation.
I agree. Yeah, and mile and a quarter is a distance. I don't know how often Keeneland's
Not
run
very
that.
often at all.
Yeah, no, I mean it's a mile and an eighth circumference. So we've seen a mile and 3/16, and we've seen some 3-turn races. But yeah, a mile and a quarter, sort of uncharted territories, as will their dirt mile configuration. Which, to your point, 2 turns might benefit Liam's map more than a 1-turn mile would, if that were the case. But either way, great to see 2 horses step up. Obviously, they all didn't, but the 2 that did should make for an interesting fall, and we'll be with you all along the way.